Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Arm channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to talk about the path to building a 315-pound bench. Before I get into this topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. If you need coaching, check out the link below. I'd love to work with you. All right, I posted this over on Instagram, and I think on the community section here as well on the YouTubes. The path to getting to 315 pounds, the reality of going from, say, about 185 pounds or that early intermediate stage to that golden land, right, where everybody wants to end up at a 315-pound bench. I want to give you guys the reality of that process and help you guys understand how all of this stuff being put out by influencers, all the different workout programs and distractions and hacks and tips and exercise of the day can be a distraction, and how it's very easy to get pulled off the path, off the tracks, and just kind of feel like you're plateaued or going nowhere. If you feel like that, listen to this video. It's going to help you and it's going to expedite the process. I guarantee it, because we are going to return to the basics and set aside all the noise. And here it is. Let's say you bench press about 185 pounds. Let's say, whatever the number is, you can adjust it slightly. Let's say you want to get to a 315-pound bench press. That is about 130 pounds of bench increase, right? To add that to your bench, you need to add about 20 to 22. Listen to this math. It's going to sound silly. It's not going to sound right when you hear it. You're going to have to add about 20 to 22 single rep or plus one additions to your top set. That big set, right? Whatever your big set is, maybe it's a 5 rep set, a 7 rep set, doesn't matter. That first working set on bench, you're going to need to add 20 to 22 1 rep additions, plus one additions. That means if you hit 185 by 5 now, when you move to 185 by 6, that is a plus one or a rep addition. You're going to need 20 to 22 of those to get from 185 to a 315-pound bench. Doesn't sound like much, does it? It isn't. And this is where most people falter, where they stumble, where they fall off the tracks. If you look at, say, a 3-year period of time, which is reasonable, right? Which is reasonable to build your bench from 185 to 315. If you could build your bench up to 315 pounds in 3 years, would you be satisfied? Most of us would be satisfied, right? 20 to 22 rep additions over 3 years is going to be about 1 every 7 weeks. We'll say 1 every 2 months, just roughly. Adding 1 rep addition over 2 months, every 2 months, to get to a 315-pound bench press seems a little bit intimidating, right? It seems a little bit frustrating. It would almost seem like we're having issues with plateaus, and it's very easy to panic. And here's the point, this is a very slow process. This is not a sexy process, right? That's the problem with the basics. The basics work, but they're not sexy. The basics work, but they kind of seem like they're going slow when they're not. The basics work, but if you don't look at them from this big picture, they can seem like you're in the middle of a plateau. So you want to move your bench from 185 to 315. That's the reality. You're going to have a rep addition about every 7 to 8 weeks, or about every 2 months for 3 years. Here is where we get distracted and where we lose the memo. And this is where you can pull yourself back in, get back on the tracks, and expedite this process. People panic during that 3-year period of time. I'm plateauing. Things are slowing. What do? They try new workout programs. They program hot, looking for the magic program that's going to expedite things. They look for magic exercises. Maybe if I just add pause bench or chain bench or banded bench or Larson press or all these different things. They hop around on the exercise of the day or the gimmick of the day. Now, I'm not saying any of these lift variations are inherently bad, because they're not, but they can be a distraction, okay? And anything that can be a distraction can pull you off the course. What you want to do is set aside all the distractions. You can certainly work in the Larson press and you can work in the pause bench press, but whatever you do, stay on the tracks of the basics. Don't go program hopping every 3 to 4 weeks. Don't go wholesale changing all your exercises and your set and rep schemes every 3 to 4 weeks. You can slowly tinker with things. You can slowly add in things every 3 to 4 month, 3 to 5 month phase, but don't jump around like a madman. This is the key to building a 315-pound bench. When you are training, train in blocks, train in phases of 3 to 5 months. Give it time. Go in, have a plan for the next 3 to 5 months, attack that plan, be patient, and then you don't have to jump from that plan. But if you want to try a new exercise variation like the Larson press or banded bench press or whatever, work that in for the next 3 to 5 month block. But do not fall prey to all of these influencers with secret hacks and tips and game-changing nonsense. Because while some of them mean well, some of them do mean well, some of them are just in it for the views. They don't really care if it's a game-changing tip. Here's a new exercise, watch my video. What I do is I care about you guys and I care about your results. The best thing you can do is get on the tracks. If what you have been doing is working, nail your nutrition, be as patient as you can, and continue to drive straight forward, knowing that you only have to add a rep to your bench every 6, 7, 8 weeks. And if you stay on that track and you don't get involved with fuck-around-itis or dick-around-itis, you're gonna wake up in a shorter period of time benching 315 pounds. If you engage in all of this noise, what happens is we take a 3-year process. The average lifter will take a 3-year process and they'll dick around, they'll mess around, they'll fuck around, and all of a sudden it becomes a 6 to 10-year process. And in the middle of that, life happens, they lose consistency, and they never reach a 315-pound bench. So guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day.